Hello, welcome to today's lesson. Today's lesson is going to be about the Elliott wave. So the first thing I want to do right now is I want to share my screen. So let's go right into our sharing of the screen. We're going to share our screen right now. And now, before we go into the Elliott wave and see some examples, we need to go over a couple of the rules of the Elliott wave. The Elliott wave has very simple rules that we need to follow. So let's go over our rules right now, okay? So we see this is an Elliott wave. Okay, this is an impulse move. Okay, we start with the first impulse move, which is the 1. Then we have our correction, which is the 2. We have our impulse move again, which is a 3. We have a correction, which is a 4. We have another impulse move, which is a 5. And then we have our ABC correction, which is going to follow from here. So first, let's talk about our first move. So we have our first impulse move. So the impulse move comes up. Now that we have the impulse move, we're going to have the correction. So now we have to make sure of rule 1. Wave 2 must not drop below wave 1. So this point cannot come past our starting point. That is the first rule that we need to know. So it comes up, makes a correction, and comes down, and then we're going to go up. The third wave or the third move or the second impulse move or number 3 happens to be normally the longest. It's not always the longest move, but it happens to be a lot of times the longest move. After that, we have a correction. So 3 to 4 is our next correction. Note the next rule. Wave 4 must not break into the prior territory of wave 1. So this is wave 1. This is 4. It cannot come below this line over here to make this an Elliott wave. So let's go over those rules one more time. Okay, let's make this a little bigger for you guys. Okay, impulse move 1. Then we have our correction, which is 2, cannot come down lower than 1. Then we have impulse move again, which is also the third movement. The moves go in 5 steps. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 3, and 5 are always the impulses up. 2 and 4 are always the impulses down, or the corrections. Those are the corrections. So one more time, we have wave 1 is up, okay? Wave 2 comes down, must not drop below wave 1. That is a very important rule because if it drops below here, that is not an Elliott wave. Then we have the next one, which is going to be the 3, and then we have 4. Now note, wave 4 must not break into price territory of wave 1, which means this is wave 1's territory over here. It cannot come below here. Then we have 5, and then we go into the ABC correction. Like I said, we'll go through the ABC corrections a little bit later. So let's take a look at the Elliott wave right now, okay? Make it a little bigger for you guys, okay? Take a look. We can spot this all over the market, okay? 5 more seconds. Very good. So last review of this, okay? We have the false impulse wave. So the basic way to say this is basically the move starts, okay? Then was like, hey, I just made a lot of money. Great. Let's start selling off. Then we over here, people go, oh my God, it hasn't been this low in so long. Let's put some money in here. So now it starts going because it's at least going to come into here. Hey, but it keeps going, keeps going. Guess what, guys? We made enough money. Let's start moving down. And then it comes down here and the same thinking pattern happens again. They're like, hey, it's at least going to come up to here. Let's put some money in. So basically the last people that come in here, the dollar late people come over here. You know, there was an old phrase that said a year late and a dollar short. Those are these people over here. They're still trying to catch a little bit of the move over here. And then they made their money. Let's sell it off. Okay. Awesome job. Let's move on to the next. So typically this is a complete Elliott wave. Like I said before, we have the impulse move. We have the correction. We have the impulse move. We have the correction. We have the impulse move, and then we have the A, B, C correction again, okay? This is a complete Elliott wave, okay? One more time. We have our impulse move. We have our correction. We have our impulse move again. We have another correction. We have our impulse move, which is our third impulse move, and then we have our A, B, C corrections right there. Take a look at this, study this for a few seconds, okay? Excellent job, okay? So last time, just to review this. Impulse wave 1, correction wave 2, impulse wave 3, correction wave 4, impulse wave 5, and then we have our A, B, C correction. So now note, you will find Elliott waves inside of Elliott waves. Get rid of that, click that off. This is the typical structure that we're going to find. So you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be 1. A, B, C correction is 2. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 3. A, B, C correction is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completes the Elliott wave. And then it's going to start moving down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is C. That's typically how we're going to find this structure, okay? So everything is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C correction, okay? And you will find the you're going to find the impulse moves, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of the 1. You're going to find the ABC correction inside of the 2. You're going to find the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of the 3. ABC correction inside of the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of the 5. And then you're going to have the ABC correction. So that's pretty much how this goes. So we have the structure of the Elliott wave right here. Take a moment and look. Perfect. All right, guys. So moving on right now, okay? So now we have ABC correction patterns right now, okay? I wouldn't trade, and most people don't trade at ABC pattern corrections because, one, the impulse move, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Elliott wave, has rules. The ABC correction just has patterns, and the patterns are very sporadic. So let's take a look at some of the patterns right now, okay? So this is our standard counter trend pattern. Take a look. I'll make a video a little later on the ABC correction patterns. All right, typical pattern. Now, if this was what happened all the time, trading would be amazing, and we'd always make money. So that's one of the patterns that we have here. The next one that we're going to have is an expanding correction. Let's take a look at the expanding correction. 5 more seconds. Awesome. Moving on right there. Now we have the flat correction. Make it a little bigger for you guys. That is our flat correction, or they call this standard trend also. So we have our running correction. Awesome job. We have our triangle correction. Great job, everybody. And now we have our zigzag correction. Perfect. And now last but not least, we have our double and triple correction. So now you can kind of see why nobody really wants to trade the ABC correction. You can trade it and you can make money off of it, but it is risky. Perfect, guys. Okay, so now let's review one more time. Last time we're going to review before we go back, okay? So now this is a completed Elliott wave, okay? We have the impulse move, the correction wave, the impulse move, the correction wave, the impulse move, and then the ABC correction. Perfect. Okay. Let's look at the rules one more time, okay? We have impulse 1, correction 2. Wave 2 must not drop below wave 1. Perfect, we have that. That's a great sign. Now we're going to come back up to 3, and then we have 4. Rules for 4. Wave 4 must not break into territory of wave 1. Perfect, we have that, okay? Then wave 5 comes up, and then we have the ABC correction, okay? And then wave 5 won't come into the previous wave 4, okay? It won't break past that, okay? Perfectly done. So now that we have all the rules, and then let's go into the structure that we see the impulse moves inside of the waves inside of the waves. So we have Elliott waves inside of Elliott waves. Perfect. 5 more seconds on this. Awesome job. Now let's take a look at the market now. Okay, I have some charts previously marked up that we can expand and see these things, okay? So now this is one I previously marked up, but it has no Elliott wave on it. So let's see if you guys spot this now? Give it a few more seconds. Perfect. So let's mark this up now. Okay, so we're gonna come over to our trader view, come over here. Now watch, look at what we have here. We have our 1, we have our 2, we have our 3. I told you typically happens to be the biggest one. We have our 4, and then we have our 5. Perfectly done. So what are we waiting for now? We are waiting for the ABC correction. That's what this market is missing now. So would I be putting in a buy here? Nope, probably not. I'd be waiting for the ABC correction to come here, and then I would wait for this pattern to start again. Let's take a look right there, okay? See how that goes here? Let me take away the structure. Whoops, take that away, take everything away. Now, can you see it in your naked eye? You got to train your eyes to see these type of patterns. Now, let me put it back for you guys. That's what we're waiting for right now, okay? Let's take another look here, okay? That was USDCHF. So now let's try. Oh, look at that. This is exactly what we have here. Look at all this example here, okay? So we have our head and shoulders. We did a head and shoulders class before. So anybody that missed that, our head and shoulders are in our file. And then look, let's take a look right now. We have our 1, we have our 2, we have our 3, we have our 4, we have our 5. Perfect. Let's get rid of that now, okay? And then inside of that, we have our what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C correction. So you see how we have the structure inside of a structure. And now we see that the market is starting here. So now that we start seeing some green candles, guess what we're going to be looking for? We're going to be starting looking for that impulse move up. Okay, let's put that back. So, and then also to complete the next impulse move, we need a what? We need to complete the 5. So right now we started from the 1, we came up to the 2, we have the 3, we come down to the 4, and then we come up to the 5. And over here, the pattern went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C correction. Now we're waiting for the C. Is the C going to continue coming down, or we're waiting for that impulse move up? Okay. So that's what we're waiting for this to happen. So this can continue dropping down. As long as it doesn't drop down past our starting point, we're good to go. Okay. So we have our head and shoulder structure, which is over here, which is amazing. The head and shoulder also indicates where to get in stuff. But like I said, I'm not going to go too far into the head and shoulders because we already did a class on that before. So if you missed that class, we do have it in our program. So we see how we have the structure inside of the structure. We have the Elliott wave inside of the Elliott wave. Let's take a look at this also too. I have a lot of NAS friends, NAS 100. NAS 100, oh, NAS 100 is completely marked up. We have our ping pong strategy here. We have our head and shoulders over here. We have our ray technique over here. We have our ray coming down. And look what we're waiting for right now, okay? Look, same thing. We're on 4 right now. We're starting to get a green. We're waiting for it to come back up. So that's what we have. So we have our ABC connection over here. This just has so much marking ups and so much going on here, guys. So let's start from the beginning. We have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. Let me take away some of this for you guys, okay? Let me delete a little bit of that so you guys can see it a little bit clearer. Let's delete that right over there. Oops, didn't delete it. Perfect. So we have our 1, 2, 3 happening over here, followed by the 4, 5. Hey, guess what? We have our A, B, C correction happening, and then we got another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going on right now. We have another one. A, B, C correction right now, and then we continue coming down. We technically can actually put that C on the bottom over. Oh no, I did put it over there. So the C, the B is here, the C is all the way down here. See, look, I looked at it, I was like, the C should be following down. Okay, but also notice the what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C correction. 1, 2, 3, and then we see, look, we have so many patterns inside of patterns. I actually do see another pattern right here, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See that? We have so many different patterns that are in here, okay? That's not exactly an Elliott wave. That's why I know it's not marked up. This would be more of the ABC correction. See how it's working its way down here. So this is more of a pattern, doesn't have many rules. So that's why the next structure comes over here. But you can see slight patterns inside of the structures here. But my official markup, which I believe the beginning one was actually correct. Now we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have a pattern of A, B, C correction here. And then we start our what? We start our ones again, okay? We have our 1, we have our 2. Okay, let's move that down a little bit over here. We have our 3, 4, 5. See how we have that? Let's move this 1 over here a little bit, because the 1 started right about here. That's where our 1 started. Okay, so we have our corrections upon it, and then we have our rules on top of rules on top of rules on top of structure on top of everything. Let's put everything back the way it was, guys, before we move on to the next chart. I know I'm gonna have to remark everything that I did initially, that I just made that correction, but I want to put the, there you go, I want to put the head and shoulders back. So we have our 1 starting here. I'm gonna put that 1 right above there. That's our 1. We have our 2. Actually, our 1 should be back. Let me redo this right here, because I can see this is breaking a few of the rules here. So let's start this structure again. So we have the C here. So we have 1, 2, 3. That's what's happening right now, okay? So I don't know what I was thinking when I first marked that up, because that's breaking some of the rules. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. That makes much more sense now. Okay, we have our 1, then we have our 2 not going below the start of that. Then we have our 3, then we have our 4, and then we have our 5. Okay, perfect. Now we're looking for our ABC correction. We were breaking our own rules over there on that one before. So, but that's actually the markup for there. It wasn't incorrect what I did. It's just it was not placed in the exact place where it should be to follow the rules of the Elliott wave. So right now we're looking for the ABC correction in this one for NAS. Okay, now let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum now, look at what we're seeing now. We're seeing a similar pattern. This doesn't look much different than what we just saw before. Like I said, you can find this all over the place right now, okay? So, oh, look, we've already started it, okay? The market is now starting to come back up again, okay? We initially marked it with the C. That was our last one. Now we're starting to get the structure happening again. Okay, so we have our head and shoulders, and look, everything already starts. We need to find out what part of the wave we're in. So we're in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is actually the first one. Then we have the A, B, C correction, what happens to be the 2. Then we have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which happens to be the 3. A, B, C connection, which happens to be the 4. And then we have the what? 5. And then we can work it all the way up. 1, 2, 3. We have the 5. Then we have the A, B, C correction. And then guess where we're at right now? We're at this point right now, where guess what we're looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're looking for 5. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for 5, okay? 4 might come down a little bit more than this, okay? I personally believe 4 is going to be more in this area right over here. The candle was green a few seconds ago, so we might be looking more for that ABC correction right there. I'm sorry, the ABC correction of the initial 3 to 4, okay? And then we have our 5, which is over here, okay? So we find this structure all over the place. This structure is amazing, okay? The Elliott wave. Elliot was a very brilliant man, okay? Let's take a whole look at all over this structure right now, okay? The main part of the Elliott wave is to find out what part of the wave you're in. That's where most people have their issues, is finding where they're at exactly in the wave. But if you can continue marking it up, you can notice where we're at. So this was the tip of the 5. So that was our ABC correction here, which started another what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're waiting for the 4 to start and the 5 to end. And then we're going to see an ABC correction and then rinse and repeat. This is great. All right, so let's recap, guys. Okay, like I said, we can find this all over the place. Okay, let's go into just a random pair right now. Okay, can we spot that? I can spot it. Let's see. You got to train your eyes for these things, guys. Okay, look. 1, 2. Well, it's my fault. let's get rid of that. Like, that's what I get for speaking a little ahead of myself. One more time, guys. I saw it and then I just lost it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And now we have a what? We have an ABC correction. Okay, and this ABC correction is real choppy, ridiculously choppy over here. So we're going to try to place this here, and then we have right there, we have B there, and then C would be way down here. Okay, see what I mean by really choppy? Okay, we have our high point over here, and then we come all the way down to the C, and then guess what? We're starting again. Yes, we are. We are starting this again. Okay, 1, 2, and now we're waiting for what? 3. Okay, then 4, and then 4 will come down, and then 5. Hold on, let's make this actually look like what it's supposed to look like. So we have 4 and then 5. That's typically what we're looking for, that right there. Okay, so we're also going to wait for another low point because this right here hasn't completed to me. This to me, the 2 I believe should be probably around there, and then 3 we're still waiting for 3 to form. 4 should be right about here. Well, 4 can't be inside of 1, so let's move 3 up, and then 4 is not in one zone, and then 5. That's what we should be looking at right there, guys. Perfect. That's what we should be looking at. Personally, what I'm waiting for, I'd be waiting for a green candle to come right around this area right here to look for my entry. I'd be looking for my entry right around there. Okay, green candle hits here, and that's what I'd be waiting for. Right, let's get rid of this. Let's recap right now, guys. So let's look at a complete Elliott wave. This is a complete Elliott wave. Moves in 5 steps: impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, then 3 steps on the way down, A, B, C correction. Awesome. Now, after we have that, we have our rules. Okay, last time on the rules. As soon as it wants to open for me, it would be amazing. Come on, let's open. You see me clicking. There we go. Perfect. Just didn't want you guys to get this information. Okay. 1 comes up. 2. Wave 2 must not drop below wave 1. We have that. Perfect. We have 3. We have 4. Okay. Wave 4 must not break into prior territory of wave 1. Okay. We have that, which is great. Okay. 5. And then guess what we're looking for now? The ABC correction. Okay. These are the rules, guys. Take a look at them. Great job. All right, now let's look at the full structure. We have the ABC inside of the ABC. We have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inside of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everything here is inside of everything else, which is a bigger scheme of everything, okay? So you're gonna find the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 1, A, B, C in 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 3, A, B, C in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is the full market structure of the ABC. Now note, the ABC patterns may be sporadic. There's not rules for the ABC. They're just patterns for the ABC. There's rules for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that you have to follow to make it an Elliott wave. Looking at the market one last time. We can see how we can place this out here. This is just, like I said, this is a hypothesis. We're just trying to figure out. I could probably go even farther back here. Look at that. That is definitely an Elliott wave right there, okay? Let's look at that real quick. See how we can literally see how that impulse starts right there? I can see that clearly. Look at that. 1, 2, look at big 3. We have 4, and then we have 5. And then what do we have afterwards? We have our ABC correction. Down, B, C. Oh, look at that. And it intersects perfectly with what we just put up. Look at that. Intersected perfectly. Didn't even plan that to happen, but that intersected perfectly right there. Look at that, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C connected to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. And then we go back to what? That was beautiful. Look at that, okay? And we can continue following and continue following. This is one of the best ways I find I like to mark up the charts. Okay, let's go back right now. Let's look at one of the other ones we had. What do we have? We had come down. That was just a random one. That just didn't even plan that, but that was beautiful. Look at that. Same thing. We marked that up before. Take a look at that. Beautiful. Let's take a look at CAD. Look at that. See the C still coming down. We need that green candle to make it a good one. This is beautiful. I like that. Good predictions. Okay, look at NAS. Let's see NAS. Oh, look, NAS is in the what? ABC correction. It's in the ABC correction already. Beautiful. Just follow the pattern. All right, guys. I think that's about it. Okay, I hope you guys understand the Elliott wave. If you guys don't, you can always hit me up if you're inside of my program. I have all of this inside of my program marked down. Once you come into here, look, right into strategies. Our basic strategies has the Elliott wave right there. And I have a lot of, look at that ABC corrections, which are there. We have the Elliott wave, all of the tools that you're gonna need. So if you're in my program, you see our basic strategies here, head and shoulders. That's what we went over before. There's a ping pong strategy, squeezing the market, the ray technique. I'm always changing and I'm always improving this. So that's our Elliott wave strategy over here. Other examples of the Elliott wave in here, Elliott wave completed, the strategies and stuff. So the plug is over, but I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you guys have any other questions, just let me know. Mark up your charts, guys. Good luck. Let me stop sharing. Thank you guys for watching.